everybody, BrickLover18 here today with a review of the BrickLink AFOL Designer Program Lego set called The Lego Story. This set was designed by a user, Brick Jonas. He's a very active person in the Lego community, especially on Twitter where I find him. He designed this set to celebrate the 60 years of the Lego brick along with the Lego group. It is a really cool set. It's got 271 unique Lego parts for a total of 1,442 actual Lego parts. Right now on camera here, you're looking at the set that is fully built. I did do a full time-lapse video build of it. If you want to go check that out, it is on my channel now. As well, part of the experience for the AFOL Designer Program was definitely the unboxing of the Lego set. This was an unboxing experience like none other for any other Lego set I've ever seen. So again, if you want to check that out, the full video will be on my channel. Anyway, into the actual review of this set, boy am I excited. As noted in the instruction book, Brick Jonas added that he wanted to build the most important details from Lego history, including the wooden duck, the first millennium molding machine, a Lego designer's office with micro Lego builds, and the modern factory with the big automatic molding machine and the pipework. So let's take a look at the first vinaigrette here. This is the very first one, marking the very first step in Lego's history, and that was actually the first woodshop that they ever made. So this whole build is just, the whole set uses very unique building techniques, but this was like the first one I built, so this is the first one I really got to take a look at. So first here we've got a crate of wood, because at first it was a wood shop. There we have the Lego creator there, Olkirk himself. He's got a work table. I especially love this build of the clamp. I spent so much time as a kid with my dad and my grandpa in the workshop, and we used these. They were attached to the wood bench constantly, like to clamp on the wood so you could do a proper cut, maybe do some painting, some varnishing, something like that. These were so important. So to see this built into the table was like, it just brought back so many memories for me. And as you can see, it's got a 1x2 tile in there to look like an actual piece of wood. Moving past there, we have got the drill press machine here, or one of the most important pieces of Lego history, one of the first machines that he bought so he could make some of the Lego ducks. Looks like a very cool machine. And then at the very back here, as you can see, he's got like a little bookshelf, and on the bookshelf is the very first Lego duck. So some of the cool building features of the room, as you can see, the press here was a very cool build. It's a little bit raised off the floor, very detailed. The walls of the build are actually extremely detailed as well. So it uses some of these 1x2 modified plates, and then at the bottom here, a lot more of them, as well as bricks. They're not like the masonry bricks, but they're engraved and detailed design bricks, just to give it a lot more features. So the whole thing is built on this plate here. At the front, it's all tiles, but then the back, it's a full wall, full decal sort of thing. On this side, this is from the back. The back's not too exciting, but you can see that there are some really cool windows. There's a total of 8 window panels in this little unit here. And overall looks just like an actual workshop would. Like, as I said, spent so much time as a kid in the workshop, so this one definitely looks just like it, and is definitely the first, very important part of the Lego history. As well, the whole floor there's different studs all the way around as jumper plates, so you can put your minifigures on, set them in place, so when you wiggle it, it stays. As you can see, the creator of Lego with his toolbox here. One cool thing we will note throughout this entire set review is that every vinaigrette does come with a Lego minifigure. This next vinaigrette here is definitely representing one of Lego's next most important parts of history, when they first got their injection molding machines. So I remember reading about this, how the creator of Lego, Olkirk, went to a convention, basically saw this molding machine, and he decided to buy one, and that's when the first Lego bricks were made. So as you can see when we go close up, this is the injection molding machine. It looks like it's designed to push this forward, smash, and then there's a crate underneath where the pieces can fall out of. On the bottom here, we have a crate full of brand new Lego bricks. On the very back here, there is a shelf. Not really sure what the shelf is for, like maybe some extra parts or something like that, but the biggest part of this vinaigrette is definitely the injection molding machine. As you can see, it is quite large. At the back here, we also do have a minifigure, just kind of hiding back there. And then, of course, more windows. This one would be in a new factory because the old factory burned down. Again, lots of really great building techniques here. As you can see, you can better see from the outside, the windows are pretty 3D. They've got all these pieces that are actually sticking out, so it is not flat. It uses lots of jumper plates here, which is a really cool building technique that I've never actually really seen before. So I thought that was pretty cool that they implemented that into the AFOL Designer Program here. This part does come out pretty easy. It's just held on by one stud. You can see the rest of the design here. It's got the crate in there for the Lego pieces. Really cool factory floor. Uses lots of the 1x2 on a staggered pattern, and I just really like the way that looks. I think it looks really sharp. And then it's of course got the factory shelf here, a package, and then another crate full of Lego bricks. This third vinaigrette here is a replication of the Lego design headquarters. So like the designers have lots of spaces to design the newest Lego sets, where I imagine they'd have a big table in a nice room with lots of inspiration, and of course tons of Lego pieces here. So as you can see in this one, we've got the Lego designer here. She's got a table with a couple Lego bricks there, probably building some new things. At the back there, it looks like we have some flowers, and then two huge carts that I'm assuming are full of awesome Lego pieces. And then you've even got a Big Ben Lego set here on the top. That must be one of Brick Jonas's most favorite sets, I would assume. Pretty cool room. It's like a very white and blank to give lots of like inspiration and drive creativity. I really like the way these carts were built. They have lots of pieces in them with snots and studs not on top, and it's just a really cool way they actually did that. And then of course they are held in there by one stud, so you can easily remove them and see the rest of the room inside. The technique on the wall is really cool there with studs not on this top, as well as the tiles. And then of course we've got the modified bricks, the plates, sorry, that are stuck out and just overall give it a really good detail. This one's really cool. This one's a bit smaller than the other two that we have seen so far, but it's still full of lots of detail. And honestly, this one doesn't need to be that big because it is the design room. You know, you can design a Lego set on the table. You don't need a giant warehouse like the other two times when they were done in the Lego workshop. So this last vinaigrette here is the fourth one and the largest of them all. It is the modern day Lego factory. So as you know, at the very start they had this much smaller injection molding machine. Now Lego would have these huge, tens of thousands of dollars machines, lots of piping, and it's just a very elaborate factory. This one looks really reminds me of the minifigure factory that we got as a gift of purchase last year, but I just really, really love the design of this one overall. I think it's definitely one of my favorites. Definitely the largest, as you can see. Moving on here, see we have a Lego factory worker. She's pretty cool. Down here, we've got a crate full of Lego pieces that are coming out of the machine on the conveyor belt. This one uses so many pieces, because as you can see, this part is all tiny pieces here. If you move like the minifigure off to the side, you'll be able to see that there is a little window in there where you can kind of see everything getting made and things like that. There's also an opening at the top. This is where I am assuming, I don't actually know how this machine would work, so I'm not going to try and guess because somebody's just going to roast me in the comments. But you can take a look and see how cool it is. The different pipings all the way along there, putting it into the machine with like the control panel here. We've also got the tubes of ABS plastic at the back there that they store everything in like silos, I think. And they're little tiny pieces of plastic that just get molded into these much larger things. It's got a door here, as you can see, a door into the factory, even though it doesn't open all of the way, so it's mostly just for design. But then as you can see on the actual factory here, there's lots of different detailing as well. Plates on the side, and then some more standout details, and overall this one just looks really cool, and as I mentioned, is the biggest one of them all. I almost forgot to mention here at the back, I'll just briefly take this off. You can easily take that off because the windows are all built with the snot method. So the windows are actually on their side, which looks really cool. It allows them to be a little bit narrower than they would typically be if they had to stand upright. But they just look really cool once they're all in there. Definitely looks like a factory, because factories are not notorious for having bright light, workspaces for their workers. So this would make sense. But overall, I really, really like this build. I just think it looks really cool. It's definitely the most modern one, and I just think looks really, really clean. Like the other ones are really clean as well, but you can tell like this one is like a state-of-the-art factory that Lego's working very hard in to make their products. Another really cool thing that was added in this set is this special brick. It is a Technic brick with three axles in the top there, But what's really special about it, as you can see, is the custom printing. It's really cool. 60 years of the Lego brick. It is a BrickLink exclusive. I don't imagine we'll be able to get this brick anywhere else. It does come in this nice protective packaging here. It is the Technic Brick 2x4 with 3 axles hold with the 60-year pattern, and there is the part number there. It is an exclusive element. I'm not planning on taking this guy out of its packaging just because I think it's really cool, and I think it's a lot more valuable in the packaging because you can still see that really awesome 60 years of the Lego brick print. So this brings us to the end of the review. Overall, I'm really impressed with this set by Brick Jonas. I think it's an incredible set. 1,442 Lego pieces. It's pretty hard to believe they all fit in these little vinaigrettes here because they are very tiny. Like, they're but really great and incredibly detailed. He did an amazing job building this set. I can't give him enough credit for it. I'm so excited, and I'm definitely glad I chose this one for my pledge for the AFOL Designer Program. I did only buy the one set, and I'm really glad it was this one. Overall, the BrickLink AFOL Designer Program definitely had its flaws. BrickLink was awful when it came to communication. I don't even remember when I pledged for this set, but it just took them months to get around to actually shipping it to me. And then once it was shipped, I think it took almost 2 months to actually get here because it got held up in customs. Reached out to BrickLink many times on in the emails as well as on DM on Twitter, and they never got back to me. So I don't give them credit for that. I think that could have been handled so much better, especially because I have been a loyal BrickLink customer for a long time, and I just don't think they anticipated everything to be so delayed. I think the program could have been thought about a little more, but I'm really glad they did it. I hope it was well for Brick Jonas and all the other creators, and I hope everybody's getting their sets and everyone's really liking them. I guess I don't really mind how long it took me to get here. That was one thing I do want to add. It was just more so the fact that I saw everybody like on Twitter and Instagram getting their sets, and eventually the special brick that was to be included. Like, I didn't watch anybody's videos because I didn't want it to be ruined for me. But then eventually it was tweeted on Twitter, and like everybody was posting about it. So like I would have just loved to have my copy so I could see. It's kind of like the BrickLoot subscription box videos. I hate seeing what's going to be in that month's box before I open mine up. Like, I avoid it all on Twitter, Instagram, things like that. So I guess I wish I could have just avoided to see what the special brick looked like. But overall, I got my package, couldn't be happier with it. Brick Jonas did an amazing job, and I hope that Lego and BrickLink want to collaborate and do something again like this because I think it was really special, and I'm going to treasure the Lego Story set I got from BrickLink forever now. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was lots of fun making this review, and I'm looking forward to checking out other Lego set reviews in the future. If you want to see my unboxing of the set and my speed build, you can check the cards. They will both be in there. So thanks so much for watching. If you'd like this video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.